In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best offensive cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. Just guys that are really good at scoring the basketball and can play, make, and dribble a little bit and just all around be great offensive cards in the game. You guys seem to like the top 10 best defenders in my team, so I thought I'd give you guys the flip side of that, the top 10 best offensive cards in the game. If you guys do like these videos, let me know in the comment section down below. Trying to throw in some mix, try to throw a little mix of different videos, into the mix of all the other videos. I think it's a little bit different just to let you guys know the top 10 best offensive cards right now in the game. So at my number 10 spot, these are just going to be bucket getters. I got number 10 is going to be Kevin Porter Jr. He's got such an amazing jump shot, being 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. We're not talking about defense, rebounding, height, anything like that. Just going to be about cards that can score the basketball at a very high level. And I think KPJ is probably at number 10. He's got a great jump shot, one of my favorites in the game, maybe even the best jump shot in the game for me personally. And then he also does have the De'Aaron Fox size up. He's got the Curry escape, so great movement, and that's going to help us scoring the ball. So I do think KPJ is the 10th best offensive card in the game. At the number 9 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Steve Smith. I think he's a great all-around card, number 1, but if we're just talking about offense, he's got an amazing jump shot with the LaMelo Ball base and the Evan Fournier upper on very quick timing. If you guys have used this card for whatever reason, it's just so easy to get threes off with this card. Like, he's just so easy to move with. He's got the Kyle Lowry size up, the Trey escape, he's got the Trey fade. He's just a bucket getter, man. Yes, he's a great all-around card as well, but if we're just talking about offense and scoring, I do think he's the 9th best in the game. Now, talking about number 8 is going to be probably the 2nd best offensive point guard in the game, and that's going to be the Dark Matter Hero MJ. He's a shooting guard point guard, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. If you're looking for an offensive card, I mean, MJ pretty much gives you everything you need. He's got great rim running ability with a 99 driving dunk, 99 speed, 99 acceleration, also having a 98 vertical. He's got really good Hall of Fame finishing badges, but he's got amazing dunk packages. Like, he gets some crazy animations going to the rim, whether it's contact dunks or just finishing through traffic. He's really good at getting to the basket, and then also he's got an amazing jump shot with the KPJ base. Yes, I know the MJ upper isn't the best, but I still think he's got a good jump shot on very quick timing, and then he's got those, amazing solid dribble sigs with the Kyle Lowry size up and the Trey Young escape, also having the Trey fade. I do think MJ is going to be one of the best scorers in my team. I got him at number 8. At number 7, I do have Taco Fall, just for the reason that I know it's because of his height, but he can still score the ball at such a high level because he's 7'6" at the power forward position, 8'2" wingspan. So he might not be your typical, shooting guard that can score the ball at a high level like a KPJ or a Steve Smith or an MJ, but he's 7'6" at power forward. I know it's a little bit different of scoring, but if we're talking about offensive cards in the game, I mean, that type of stuff does matter, right? The fact that he can just mash every single play, the fact that he can still shoot 3 balls. Like, if he couldn't shoot a 3, then I understand why he wouldn't be a top 10 offensive card, but the fact that he can still stretch out the floor, which means you have to make him pay. Like, if you're wide open, you're gonna green that pretty much, I would say, like 7-8 times out of 10. So now people have to step up, and that just opens up the drive and just opens up the mash with Taco Fall and just makes your offense run a lot more smoothly having a card like Taco. Yes, he's one of the best interior defenders. Yes, he's good at grabbing rebounds, but offensively, I still think he's one of the better scorers in the game. At the number 6 spot, though, is going to be the Dark Matter Tracy McGrady. Now, this one's pretty self-explanatory. Don't really have to explain it and break it down like Taco. You guys know why T-Mac is going to be such a great scorer. He's got an amazing jump shot with the KPJ base, the Oscar Robertson upper on quick timing. I do think it's probably the best jump shot in the game. It is only on quick timing, but I still think it's a really fast release and obviously super easy to green. His sigs could be a little bit better. They're definitely good with the T-Mac size up and the Steph Curry escape, but I think if you had like the Trey escape or the Steve Francis size up, or even like the Garland size up and the Trey escape, I think that's a lot better, at least in my opinion. And then he's also got great dunk packages, and he is 6'8" at the 2, so he's got great size and he's able to standing dunk and just get to the rim with ease. At my number 5 spot, though, I do have Dark Matter Terry Dishinger. I think him and T-Mac can really be flip-flopped. If you want to go T-Mac at 5 and Terry at 6, I think that's perfectly fair to say. The only reason why I like Terry a little bit more as a card number 1 and offensively really just comes down to his jump shot, which I like that it's a little bit faster than the Oscar upper. I would say the Oscar upper is probably better for most most people because it's easier to green and easier to time, and you can be more consistent with it. But I think if you know how to green a fast release and you can use that to your advantage, I think having the probably fastest upper in the game in Carmelo Anthony, I think that's going to really help him out with also having KPJ base. He does have this D Francis size up, which I think is a massive upgrade over the T-Max size up. That's going to be able to create a lot more space and especially get downhill, because this D Francis size up is when you do that little quick crossover and then you try to burst to the rim. That's really good for going around screens and really good for getting to the basket, obviously for creating 3-point shots as well. But I think that's going to be a huge difference. He just moves a lot better in game for me personally, so I do think Terry Dischinger, the 5th best offensive card in the game. At the number 4 spot though, kind of like the Taco Fall situation, I think you got to put Yao Ming in the top 5. He's 7'6", 7'9" wingspan. He can stretch the floor like pretty much every card in the game, having a 92 3 ball, 97 mid-range. He's got 10 amazing Hall of Fame shooting badges, and yes, just like Taco, one of the best matchers in the game, pretty much unguardable unless you have a Yao Ming, a Taco Fall, you know, some of these giants to guard them. You're going to be pretty much getting yourself a free bucket every single play, and that's why I think they got to be in this top 10, because yes, they're not your typical, you know, KPJs, your guards that can score the ball like a Terry Dischinger or a T-Mac, but they can still score the ball at such a high level, and I think they're going to be, you know, top offensive cards in the game. And same thing with the card at my number 3 spot, which is the Dark Matter Manute Bull. I probably could put this card at number 1 just because of how glitchy he actually is, but I wanted to put, you know, 2 actual guards at the 1 and 2 spot, because, you know, that's the more typical score. But I think Yao Ming and Manute Bull got to be in this top 5, because especially with Manute Bull, he's 7'7", so a little bit taller than Yao, but this wingspan makes a massive difference in game on offense, defense, rebounding, everything. Like, just his ability to finish underneath the basket with that wingspan, he just gets those crazy layup and dunk animations. And also his player build, I think, is a lot wider than Yao Ming's, which is going to help for mashing. But yeah, pretty much same thing with Yao, going to be one of the best mashers in the game, and does have a very capable jump shot and can make you pay from the 3-point line. So it's not like he can't shoot and you can just leave him wide open every play. You got to step up, or he'll make you pay with the 3 ball. And I do think he's the 3rd best offensive card in my team. At the number 2 spot though, I do think it's Dark Matter Tim Thomas, an amazing quick release, also being a 6'10" shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. I do think he's slightly better on the offensive side of things than Terry Dischinger and T-Mac, just because he does have the Steve Francis size up and the Trey Escape, which I think are the 2 best dribble sigs in the game. Going to make him be able to create space a little bit easier in my opinion, get open a lot more often, and then also his jump shot is slightly faster. So once again, if you like those quicker jump shots, I think Tim Thomas will be the perfect offensive card. Also having the Trey fade, which if you know how to use this on next gen, it could be one of the best ways to score if you know how to angle fade and all that type of stuff. So Tim Thomas, I do think, is the 2nd best offensive card in my team currently. But at the number 1 spot, I think it's going to be the Dark Matter Luka Doncic. Now, Tim Thomas and Luka are very similar cards and very close, but I do think Luka's release is just so much better than pretty much all the other point guards in the game, like a Ben Simmons, you know, like a Jokic. It's very similar to MJ's, also having the KPJ base, but he's got the Rudy Gay upper, which is a massive difference compared to the MJ upper, and I think that's going to make the biggest difference between a card like MJ and Luka as well. And then he does have the Trey size up and the Trey escape, also having the Trey fade. So if you know how to 3 hunt and you're really good on the offensive end, I think you can, you know, get the most out of Luka. And I do think if you know how to use him properly, which even I don't really know how to use him that well, you know, I'm a good 3 hunter a little bit, but not like an insane park type of player where they can use his card as his best ability. I think if you're like that, he is the best offensive card in my team. Maybe a Tim Thomas or a Manute Bull or Yao are a little bit easier to use on the offensive end. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10 offensive cards in my team? And let me know some of your guys' favorite offensive cards currently in the game, cards that you think are just super good on offense and can score at will. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.